the ASMR Reading Lounge. If you're new here, you're just in time for the bedtime stories. Tonight's book is called The Hourglass Paradox. This is an original story. I hope you will enjoy this. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Discovery. The setting was over the sprawling campus of the Institute for Scientific Research, casting long shadows across the manicured lawns. Inside one of the many laboratories, Dr. Olivia Brooks was hard at work. She had spent years of her life studying the mysteries of time, and now, finally, she had discovered the key to time travel. Her team of scientists was gathered around her, their faces lit up with excitement. They had worked tirelessly for months, testing theories, building prototypes, and finally, they were ready to take the next step. "We're ready," Olivia announced, her voice filled with a mixture of excitement and nervousness. "Are you all prepared to make history?" The scientists nodded eagerly, each one of them eager to be a part of this groundbreaking discovery. They knew that their work could change the world, and they were eager to get started. Chapter 2. The Mistake. Excited to share their discovery with the world, Dr. Olivia Brooks and her team of scientists set to work on their first time jump. They had spent months preparing for this moment, and now it was finally here. Olivia flipped a switch and the machine roared to life. The scientists held their breath, watching in awe as the bright light began to form. Olivia's heart was pounding in her chest, and she felt a rush of excitement and nervousness wash over her. And then suddenly, everything went wrong. A loud explosion echoed through the laboratory, and the machine shut down. The scientists looked on in horror as the bright light faded and the room was plunged into darkness. "What happened?" one of the scientists asked, his voice filled with concern. Olivia stepped forward, her face pale with shock. "I don't know," she said, her voice shaking. "Something went wrong." The scientists worked quickly, trying to diagnose the problem, but it was no use. The machine was damaged beyond repair, but that was the least of their problems. As the scientists gathered around the machine, Olivia received a warning from her future self. The message was clear. A crucial mistake had been made during the time jump, causing the future to unravel. The scientists were stunned, their minds racing with the implications of what they had just learned. The future of the world was in jeopardy, and they were the only ones who could save it. With a heavy heart, Olivia set out to fix the mistake and save the future, no matter what the cost. Chapter 3. The Race Against Time. Dr. Olivia Brooks was a woman on a mission. With just 1 hour to save the future, she set out to correct the mistake she and her team had made during their first time jump. She raced through the streets of the city, dodging traffic and ignoring the protests of the people around her. The clock was ticking, and she had no time to waste. Finally, she arrived at the scene of the mistake, a busy intersection where a fatal accident was about to take place. The future had shown her that this accident would cause a chain reaction, leading to a catastrophic event that would destroy the world as she knew it. With her heart pounding in her chest, Olivia leapt into action. She used her knowledge of the future to stop the accident from happening, diverting the cars away from each other and preventing the catastrophe from taking place. The people around her looked on in wonder, but she paid them no attention. She had a job to do, and she was determined to see it through to the end. With her mission complete, Olivia raced back to the Institute for Scientific Research, her heart filled with a sense of triumph. She had saved the future, and the world was a better place because of it. But as she returned to the laboratory, she realized that her journey was far from over. Chapter 4. The Price of Success. Dr. Olivia Brooks had succeeded in her mission to save the future, but at what cost? As she returned to the laboratory, she was met with a flood of media attention. The reporters clamored for interviews, and the public was clamoring for more information about the mysterious time jump that had taken place. But as the fame and attention grew, Olivia began to realize that the consequences of her actions were far greater than she had ever imagined. She was approached by government officials who demanded access to her time travel technology for their own purposes. The pressure was intense, and Olivia found herself torn between her duty to share her discovery with the world and her responsibility to protect it. Meanwhile, her team of scientists was beginning to experience strange side effects from the time jump. Their memories were jumbled, and they were plagued by vivid, disturbing visions of the future. As the world around her began to spiral out of control, Olivia realized that the price of success was higher than she had ever imagined. She had set in motion a chain of events that she could not control, and the future was once again in jeopardy. Chapter 5. The Ultimate Betrayal. Dr. Olivia Brooks thought she had it all figured out. She had saved the future, protected her team and their research, and was finally getting the recognition she deserved for her groundbreaking work. But she was about to discover that success came with a price. One of her closest colleagues, a scientist she had trusted with her life, betrayed her. He had been working with government officials, sharing information about the time jump and the secrets of Olivia's work in exchange for his own personal gain. The betrayal was devastating, and it sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Olivia's reputation was tarnished, and her team was left in disarray. But she refused to let the betrayal break her. Instead, she rallied her team and set out to clear her name and protect their work. As she dug deeper, she uncovered a sinister plot to use the time travel technology for evil purposes. The government officials were planning to alter history for their own gain, and it was up to Olivia and her team to stop them. With the clock ticking down and the future hanging in the balance, Olivia raced against time to uncover the truth and stop the evil forces that threatened to destroy everything she had worked for. It was a test of her strength, her resolve, and her ability to persevere in the face of adversity. But she was determined to come out on top, no matter what it took. For Dr. Olivia Brooks, the ultimate betrayal was only the beginning of the battle to save the future. Chapter 6. The Final Showdown. The stage was set for the final showdown. Dr. Olivia Brooks and her team were ready to confront the government officials and stop their evil plot to alter history. As they made their way to the secret government facility, tensions were high and the stakes were higher than ever. They knew that this was their last chance to save the future, and they were determined to do whatever it took. The confrontation was intense and the fighting was fierce, but Olivia and her team were able to outsmart their enemies and gain control of the time travel technology. With the future once again in their hands, Olivia and her team were faced with a difficult decision. Should they use the technology to erase the evil from history, or should they let events unfold as they had before? In the end, they chose the latter. They realized that altering history was not the solution, and that the events of the past were meant to shape the future in their own unique way. Their mission complete, Olivia and her team returned to their laboratory, their names cleared and their reputation restored. They had saved the future, and the world was a better place because of their bravery and determination. As they looked back on their journey, they were filled with pride and a sense of accomplishment. They had faced their greatest challenges and come out on top, and they were ready to tackle whatever the future may bring. Well, alright, so that was the reading. It was an original flash fiction. I will tell you more about all these stories in the next few videos. I hope you enjoyed that, and if you do, give it a like and share. Share it with someone who you think would enjoy listening to this. Well, until then, I'll see you in the next video.